Hey folks, welcome back to Canada's Boxing Channel. As you can see, I'm still wearing my headphones. The feedback so far is that the sound is better than it was previously. So here I am. And while I think it makes me look like I've developed a set of antlers, sound is more important than the visual, I figure, anyhow. Besides, I'm of an age where it would be unwise to have too much vanity about appearance. Excuse me. In the past few videos, we've been taking a look at boxers from different communities, different demographics, different faiths. We've covered Jewish boxers, Muslim boxers, boxers from Ireland, boxers from Wales, and today I thought it would be a good idea to take a look at some of the most well-known, famous Christian boxers. Now, the Christian boxers is actually tough to do because many of us, when we're kids, are christened or baptized, and so we are Christian by dint of circumstance sometimes. So what I did is without trying to judge a person's devoutness or otherwise, that would be a very unchristian thing to do, is I tried to look at those who've openly demonstrated their faith and, if you like, lived their faith. So these aren't just champions or famous boxers in the ring. They're people who lived their Christian faith openly or devoutly. Now, of course, I'm going to miss some of your favorite fighters. And some of you will comment in the comment section, oh, you forgot so-and-so. Well, it's not really that I forgot. It's a case of, there's so many people to choose from, right? I tried to pick some sort of, if you like, some sort of cross-section. So if your favorite fighter is not on the list, it's not because I forgot. Oh, I suppose it might be in some cases, but it's more a case of, there's so many to choose from, right? So please don't take offense if your favorite fighter hasn't appeared on any of these demographic lists. I know a couple of folks commented that I missed Artur Beterbiev when I was talking about Muslim fighters. I didn't miss him. It was just that there were others to choose from. So, anyways, let's move on, shall we? So the first fighter that I thought of when I thought of, devoutly Christian fighters was none other than Evander the Real Deal Holyfield. Four-time heavyweight champion of the world, famous for his trilogy with Riddick Bowe, his wins over Mike Tyson. What a great era that was. Epic battles with Lennox Lewis. Holyfield was, okay, of course, he came up from cruiserweight. He was one of my favorite fighters of that era. He was, what a great champion. He had heart troubles or diagnosed with heart troubles, so he thought, oh, I'm going to retire. He then comes back because it was a misdiagnosis. He was always in top shape. He was an absolute warrior. And he was always outspoken about his faith. And he would quote Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And so he was seen as one of the most, one of the most openly devout Christian champions. The next person that I thought of, excuse me, getting a little bit of a frog in my throat here, is Manny Pacquiao, Pac-Man, born in 1978, a legend in his home country, the Philippines. He's the only boxer to win world titles in 8 divisions. Beat Oscar De La Hoya, Miguel Cotto, Ricky Hatton, Keith Thurman. And he had a turbulent early life. He became a born-again Christian in 2012, if I recall correctly, known for his Bible studies, his charity work, and he uses his platform for preaching. Clearly one of the most respected athletes in the world and absolutely adored in his home country. And of course, he's back boxing again, which is a wonderful thing, right? The next champion that, again, I think of when I think of, somebody says, think of, famous Christian champions, has to be George Foreman. George Foreman, born in 1949, passed away sadly this year. Olympic gold medalist, 1968 Olympics, waving the flag. A two-time heavyweight champion. Beat Joe Frazier, lost to Muhammad Ali, came back after 20 years after first winning the title to beat Michael Moorer. And he retired after his first stint and became an ordained minister, used almost all of his assets to pass along the word of God, to become a preacher, to run his own church. And somewhat shockingly, almost people thought of it as a joke when he returned in the 1980s, but he reclaimed that heavyweight crown from Michael Moorer at age 45. And he always credited his faith for his redemption. So I think Big George Foreman, the preacher, was a real exemplar of a devout Christian fighter. The next person that actually somebody suggested to me, and I have to say that I kind of probably would have forgotten this person, was Andre Ward, born in 1984, nicknamed the Son of God. Olympic gold medalist, 2004, unified super middleweight champion, and later unified light heavyweight champion. He beat Carl Froch, Sergey Kolev, Mikhail Kessler. Known for his humility, his discipline, and again, openly speaking about his Christian faith. And now we move to a famous Ukrainian fighter. No, it's not the one that you first thought of. This is Vitaly Klitschko, born in 1971, former WBC heavyweight champion, one half of the legendary Klitschko brothers, a fellow who scored really, really high on my all-time great list based on the metrics I was using. Known for his toughness, defeated Corey Sanders, Sam Peter, Chris Arreola, very open about his Orthodox Christian faith, served as the mayor of Kiev, a person who has devoted his post-retirement life to public service, and again, a very devout Christian within his area of Christianity. Sean Porter, born in 1987, two-time welterweight world champion, beat Danny Garcia, gave Errol Spence a very tough fight, known for devout Christian lifestyle and tries to be a role model outside of the ring. And he frequently references his faith as a foundation, if you like, of his success. The next person that comes to my mind is Meldrick Taylor, born in 1966, Olympic gold medalist in 1984, became world champion at lightweight and welterweight. Had a controversial last second, if you like, stoppage loss to Julio Cesar Chavez. Struggled in his later life, but known for his faith. Now, possibly a somewhat lesser known fighter, Lamont Brewster, born in 1973, WBO heavyweight champion in the mid-2000s. spoke openly about his Christian faith and leaned on it a lot during personal hardship and career challenges. And now I had to grab my notebooks. I can't remember the date of birth of the next two. It's not written in my main notes. So, the next person, and this might be a controversial pick, but I said I'm not going to judge a person's devoutness. It's not my place to do. It's not anybody's place to, really. That's something for a higher authority to judge. And this is Tyson Fury. Tyson was born in 1988, multiple titles, unified champion 2015 to 16, WBC champion 2020 to 24, Ring Magazine champion twice, only the third person to be the Ring Magazine champion twice. First was Floyd Patterson, second was Muhammad Ali. Tyson Fury professes to be a devout Christian. Critics of Tyson Fury might comment that his outside the ring behavior doesn't necessarily reflect Christian values, but like I say, that's something that's best left for a higher authority to opine upon. And then the last, but by no means the least, a person who no criticism regarding devoutness could ever be leveled, is none other than Alexander Usyk. Alexander Usyk, born in 1987, is the present undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, a devout Orthodox Christian, and appears to live a very Christian and devout life outside of the ring, a man who has achieved everything there is to achieve in boxing, undisputed, Olympic gold medalist, undisputed cruiserweight, undisputed heavyweight, cleaned up the division, could retire today and would be considered a modern day great. I think when I redo my all-time great list, I will look at the metrics, because my metrics are kind of skewed at the moment. They put a lot of points on how many fights you've had, when that doesn't really reflect the modern reality. But Alexander Usyk, clearly a very devout Christian. So there you have it. I think is that 10? Famous Christian boxers who not only made their mark in the ring, but in the majority of cases, lived their lives guided by faith. From Holyfield's determination, Manny Pacquiao's transformation, George Foreman's redemption, Andre Ward's humility, Alexander Usyk's clear devotion. These fighters, I think, remind us that boxing isn't just about fists, it's about heart and spirit too. So if you've enjoyed this video, please press that like button if you can, and subscribe if you haven't already. And tell me in the comments who your favorite openly devout Christian boxer is. And thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Have a fabulous day wherever you are. Bye-bye.